I've taken a trip up to Newark, New Jersey to see a friend, and I decided to stay at the DoubleTree at Newark Penn Station.
It should be fully bit random, right? Yeah, so I agree with that. But so we don't need to do the transfer. We're just going to do the revenue equivalent. I just want to make sure I understand that you're talking about that, but you are going to be multiplying across the roads, right? Not. So I guess the question is, if you have a matrix, teal matrices, it seems like it would make more sense to do dense multiplication on the skip that. Oh, but that's not the way. So that fundamentally sparks
Thank you for riding Amtrak. Now riding Trenton Station. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Trenton. Doors will open on the platform side. Please be mindful of the gap between the train and the station platform. Thanks for riding Amtrak. This is Trenton.
Hey all, welcome back to Rail Fan 76. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar, and this is my channel. And this is my latest offering. I didn't think it would be, but I decided to do this. I am here in Newark, New Jersey, visiting a friend, and it's a short hop. It's a short visit. I'm going to go back to the Washington, D.C. area tomorrow. It's Mother's Day weekend 2025. And I decided I would stay at the DoubleTree Newark Penn Station. The DoubleTree Newark Penn Station. I've passed through this station countless times, going back and forth between Washington, D.C. and New York City, New York Penn Station, and sometimes up to Eastern Central New York, and on some occasions up to Western New York when I have time. But yeah, I've stopped off in Newark a couple of times to visit friends, but almost never to stay in Newark itself. So I didn't know that this DoubleTree Hotel was here until I went looking around. So there is a DoubleTree hotel right across from Newark Penn Station. Now I thought that if I got a good room, I'd be able to look out of my window and watch the trains come in and out. And it turns out that they did give me a room at the end of the structure on the 8th floor. So I have this nice view of the entrance of the station and the front of the station. I don't know if you all can see this in Viewerland, but Pennsylvania Railroad is actually inscribed on the front of the building, and you have that little covering there at the bottom. I guess this is an old Pennsylvania Railroad structure. But yeah, and right over there it says Newark Penn Station. So I just woke up from a nap, and I was woken up to all of the people honking down there, and I wouldn't say it's the taxi cabs. I think it's these people here. It is rush hour, particularly in this New York, New Jersey metropolitan area, and it's raining today. It's very overcast. It was like this when I left Washington, D.C. And the trip up here from D.C., it was uneventful. I got on train 114. It was a Northeast regional. We left for the most part on time. I was able to get a window seat. And what stood out to me about that train was I'm subbed to retired rail fan horn guy. Salute to retired rail fan horn guy. And he did note that for some of the Northeast regional trains now, they're putting those Siemens electric locomotives on both sides. I'm kind of partial to using the one engine and seeing the back of the coach and the red lights, but I think it's easier for Amtrak to turn those trains around for service at the Sunnyside yard with engines on both sides. So it was a pretty uneventful trip. I thought that Well, before I get to that, yeah. So I saw the usual things. The departure from Union Station is always fun, and we didn't stop at New Carrollton this morning. We went straight to BWI. We stopped at Baltimore. I got to see some footage, or should I say, I got to capture some footage of what I think were rock piles for the new station that they are, not the new station, the new tunnels that they're building in Baltimore. So that's going to take time for them to complete that work, but they've started that work. Let's see, from Baltimore, we went straight to Wilmington, no stops at, oh geez, what are those stops that Amtrak sometimes makes between Baltimore and Wilmington? Oh, Newark, Delaware. Sometimes Amtrak regional trains, Northeast regional trains, stop at Newark, Delaware. Shout out to Engineer Paul. I think it's Engineer Paul. He's one of retired Rail Fan Horn guys, one of his buddies, one of his homies, one of his fellow rail fans who works in the SEPTA system, and in one of retired Rail Fan Horn guys' videos, Paul did point out that there's Newark, New Jersey, which is where I am right now, and then there's Newark, Delaware. Okay, so there's a difference in the way that the two cities are pronounced. So yeah, no stops at Princeton Junction in New Jersey, or Newark Liberty Airport, or Metro Park. So it was a pretty straight shot this morning. I was able to get a very economical $35 or $38 one-way ticket from DC to Newark, which left at 10:30. It was probably that price because it was off peak. But if you got a trip right now, it would probably be much more. Speaking of Newark Liberty Airport, from here I can see the airport tower out there in the distance. I don't know if you all in viewerland can see it, but standing here taping this, I can see the airport tower off in the distance for Newark Liberty Airport. Looking at the map, when the trains leave Newark Union Station, they take off, and the tracks take a southwestern bend towards southern New Jersey and Philadelphia. So and when you go east from here, the trains go through Secaucus Junction and then into the Hudson River tunnels and into Penn Station. In any case, when I got this room, I was hoping for a room like this, but I thought that I would be able to look out of the window and watch the trains go by much the same way I did when I was a youngster, sitting in my grandmother's apartment in Upper Manhattan, watching the trains come and go from Grand Central Station. So I'm sort of getting that. I've seen some PATH trains go by over there, and I've seen some New Jersey Transit trains come into the station, the tops of them, and off in the distance there you could see the trains coming in and out, PATH trains, Northeast regional trains, and New Jersey Transit trains. But it wasn't quite I think the right word is vista. It's not quite the vista that I thought that this would be, but hey, it's a video for this channel nonetheless. The one that I wanted to upload, I didn't have time to score it and narrate it, so it just takes a while. And with my current work schedule, it's going to take a while to get that one up. But I thought this would be a fun one. If I was on the other side of the hotel, I would probably be able to see the bridge. I'd be able to see the trains coming and going from the bridge because there's a river that I think it's the Passaic River. I think it's the Passaic River that the trains cross when they leave Newark Penn Station headed towards Penn Station, New York Penn Station. When they leave Newark Penn Station headed towards New York Penn Station. In any case, this is what I've got. So I can hear the trains, I can hear the horns blowing, in addition to these commuters here on the ground. But I don't have a nice clear look at the trains coming and going. So that's it for now. Again, this is an overnight stay at Newark Penn Station in Newark, New Jersey. So I am going to wrap this video up here. I talked for, wow, almost 10 minutes. I just freestyled this. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up. I think I see a Northeast Regional train coming in over there, and there's a PATH train coming down the hill. When I detrained from Northeast Regional number 114, there was a PATH train on the other side of a dividing fence. So people here in Newark use those PATH trains to get into lower Manhattan. I've never ridden on the PATH trains. I've ridden on the New York City subway. And I think there's a short subway system over here in Newark and northern New Jersey, but I've never ridden on the PATH trains. I've seen them, but I've never ridden on them. In any case, I'm gonna wrap this segment of this video up. I might shoot some more in the morning. I suspect there will be fewer horns blowing early in the morning before I check out, but I just wanted to capture this. This is my short stay at the Newark DoubleTree Hotel in downtown Newark, New Jersey. Let me slow down and pronounce my words. In downtown Newark, New Jersey, right across from Newark Penn Station. And there's another PATH train. You can see the top of it there. It's it looks like it's descending downwards into the station. And there's a New Jersey Transit train over there. I don't know if you guys can see it in viewerland, but it's leaving the station right now, off there in the distance. Okay, well, I might add some more to this segment tomorrow for completeness to wrap this up before I get back on the train and head back to Washington, D.C. But as for now, I will wrap this up. All right, it is time to check out from the DoubleTree Newark Penn Station. Yeah, in the first part of this video, I speculated on whether or not this was a hub for the Pennsylvania Railroad. And yeah, it says right there on the building, Pennsylvania Railroad. So this was one of that railroad's stations before it merged with the New York Central to become the Penn Central, and then before the rise and the creation of Amtrak. But for those of you who are stopping in Newark and who are coming here by train, this is an option for you. It's a nice hotel. It's a central location. I'm thinking about Hilton. I think Hilton hotels, they give you complimentary breakfasts. You don't get that here, but you know, every chain has its advantages and disadvantages. There's a lot less honking this morning as there's no rush hour or should I say over the weekend. So it's been a little more quiet. I've heard some trains coming in and out of the station, and there's no rain today. So once again, I can see the airport tower, the TSA tower, I think that's what you call it. The air traffic control. It's the air traffic control tower for Newark Liberty Airport out there in the distance. So you have a nice view of that. And I think that's either the Bayonne Bridge or the Goethals Bridge out there in the distance. And I can see a smokestack. New Jersey has a lot of industries in its northern region, its north central region. So yeah, I'm gonna pull up somewhere, maybe downtown, not downtown, downstairs. I'm gonna pull up downstairs in the lobby to read for a couple of hours. My train doesn't leave until 3:22. Hopefully it's on time. I am getting on train, I just looked at it. It's train 87 or 97. It's a Northeast regional train that's going down to Richmond. So I might buy an extension to my ticket so that I can get off in Alexandria, which is, well, it's where I live. I live on the Fairfax County side. But I just thought this would be a cool short video to shoot for the channel. There is footage of the actual ride, but I also wanted to capture that there is a DoubleTree hotel right across from Newark Penn Station. So if you're ever coming to Newark by rail, this is an option for you. And I suspect that I will come back here and stay here again. I had a tough time connecting my computer to the internet. You kind of want to be able to connect to the internet without using your own Wi-Fi tethering from your smartphone, ideally. Again, it's cool if you have a complimentary breakfast. I think my hotel stay was booked through a third party, so they didn't give me the voucher to the restaurant downstairs called Junction, but they don't have the complimentary breakfast like the Hyatt. I think I might have said the Hilton. It's the Hilton or the Hyatt. Oh, I can see actually an inscripted Pennsylvania Railroad logo there. Let me try to zoom in for you guys. Yeah, so next to the writing, there is actually, the Pennsylvania Railroad logo. So this was a Pennsylvania Railroad station. All right, let me go ahead and wrap this one up. Checkout was actually at 11, but you do have a grace period. They don't kick you right out at the checkout time. They usually give you about an hour. I didn't ask for a late checkout. They were gracious enough to give me a 2 hour early check-in yesterday. So I was able to come here and take a nap before getting together with my friend in the evening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have you ever stayed at the DoubleTree Hotel at the Newark Penn Station location? I believe there's another DoubleTree at the Newark Liberty Airport. So they have a couple in this region. So yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. And as I always say when I sign off, automobiles and cars are necessary in our modern society, as is air travel. Riding on boats is fun, whether those be yachts or personal boats, speeder boats, whatever, fishing boats. Being on the water is fun. But my favorite method of travel and my favorite mode of travel will always be on or using the trains and the railroads. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye. As I recorded this footage of the Newark Penn Station Bridge, I think Train 97, the southbound Silver Meteor to Miami, crossed the Passaic River for its Newark Station stop. We caught up with the Silver Meteor later on at Washington Union Station in the early evening. It was finishing up its engine swap for the journey south. I captured a little bit of it in a short for this channel. I recorded some really good footage of a yard engineer connecting the diesel engines to the consist.
Philadelphia, Wilmington, Newark, Aberdeen, Baltimore, BWI Airport, New Carrollton, Washington, Alexandria, Woodbridge, Quantico, Ashland, Richmond, Petersburg, and Norfolk. Please stand up for the board line and please watch the board. Attention Amtrak passengers now boarding on track number 4 is the Amtrak train number 87 to Norfolk. Now boarding on track number 4 is Amtrak train number 87 to Norfolk. All aboard.
Every now and then, you'll see a doggy on an Amtrak train. This little guy, toward the front of our coach, looked like a fox. I asked the owner which breed he was. She told me over the sounds of the rails beneath us and the train crew talking on the PA system, so I barely heard her. It was a very unique breed, which I can't remember at this time. They got off at Newark, Delaware. Our Norfolk, Virginia-bound train did, by the way, make station stops at Newark, Delaware, and Aberdeen, Maryland that afternoon.
Baltimore, Maryland. Downtown Baltimore Penn Station, just a few minutes. Please take a look around, make sure you have all of your personal belongings, check the overhead storage compartment, seats and seat backs for everything. Please watch your step off the train, see a gap between train stations platform. On behalf of the conductor and crew, we wish you a happy Mother's Day. Safe and pleasant travels this weekend, and we'll see you again. Downtown Baltimore Penn Station, coming up next.
Salute to the crew of Train 87. A very spirited brunette with curly hair whom I'll call Wonder Woman in particular. She wore a Wonder Woman lapel pin on her uniform, and I referred to her that way for the rest of the trip. She was firm, like many of the female Amtrak conductors I've met, but for the duration of our journey, she was tickled when she saw me after my initial explanation of how I purchased my trip in 2 parts. I was supposed to arrive in Alexandria, Virginia around 7:30 p.m., but it ended up being 8 p.m. There was a police incident at the BWI airport station which held us there for 20 to 30 minutes. A suspicious character in army fatigues boarded our train in Philly, I believe, and he was worthy of removal from the train and police interrogation for whatever reason. Again, These are the last rides of these beautiful Bud and Fleet coaches. Train 87 was 10 coaches long for that Mother's Day weekend. As it departed, I wondered what it would be like to ride down to Norfolk, Virginia. Perhaps I'll try it one day.